I am ready now. You guys all
Stop.
good?
And go.
All right. So last we left off, you guys got back to town, took a nap, woke up, didn't really do too much. Faye won an adventure, found some dolls. Vogue found some dolls. You guys started collecting dolls, and then later that night, the dolls attacked, resulted in an epic battle.
Man.
Yeah, resulting in an epic battle with the tavern almost being burned to the ground, and
By who?
by Bob, and then Vogue subsequently dying for a brief second there, like an hour or two at most. Came back. You guys went out, murdered some more. Caleb proceeded to end up seeing someone, inviting them back, trying to hit on an inquisitor, unsuccessfully.
Very successfully.
You guys then had a conversation the next morning, and that's where you guys left off. So you guys are now in the tavern, deciding what to do for the day. I believe Vogue was going to go back to bed, though.
I thought
If
he was
possible.
already in bed.
No, he got woken up and brought down.
Oh. I thought he went back upstairs.
I don't think it was decided whether he's going back to bed or not. So what are you guys doing this morning?
I've had one long rest to this point.
Yes, so you are at -3.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta pull up my character sheet.
It's morning time. You guys have yet to see the aftermath of the carnage from the night before too.
Wait, we had a long rest, right?
It's correct, yes.
What happened last night? I'm not quite clear on it.
Was it the dolls attacked? You died. We ran to find a cleric, revived you.
I hate you, Obsidian.
Interesting.
The Inquisitor lady showed up.
Yep. Did we ever know where the dolls came from? Or it was just like Bob collected them all?
I don't know if Vogue explained that.
I don't remember him doing that either.
I explained it to Ayuki, but that's about it.
Yeah. That you
Well,
just
Ayuki was right there while I was collecting them.
Yeah, you found some and then Suitor brought you a few extras.
Do we know anything on where he got these dolls, or did he know, or?
You just found them randomly, right?
Correct. Yes, I found the first one in the tavern, and then Faye's bird brought me a few more. And I found a couple throughout the day. And then they attacked out of, not nowhere, but they attacked us. What is the rest of the town like?
I don't think we stepped outside yet.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what I
we're just
remember. Like
assuming everything's
they were
solved.
fixing everything up. We were helping them fix everything up, right?
No, you guys haven't gone outside to see what was outside yet.
Oh, okay.
I think Faye's the only one, but Faye is on a mission. But the tavern is still empty aside from you guys.
Perfect.
Caleb shenanigans again?
I don't like this town. I don't really want to come back.
Oh, okay.
Hey. Sorry.
But is the office door locked?
Have you tried?
No, I'm asking.
So you
Are
walk
you
up to
really
the
gonna try to take over another
I'm just
tavern?
seeing.
The door's locked.
How locked is
They
it?
already took Bog's money.
I gave it back
At
to
least he
him.
gave
Give it
back.
back.
You can try.
That's not the
pick one.
point.
Yeah.
Pick it and roll.
Let's start here.
Yep.
That's 7, so.
Well,
15.
And if I can't go
It's still
back
locked. It's still locked.
Okay, fine. Alright, I'll go outside then.
to town and find out what happened.
All right,
If anyone
Caleb.
wants to come with me.
Caleb walked outside.
I
go
follow
with you,
Caleb
Bob.
outside.
All right, everybody walks outside. You walk outside, and what it appears is that there appears to be fires that have already been put out. So there's a lot of smoke going on. A lot of the bodies have been cleared out. There are still a bunch of bodies there. There are guards and people trying to help clear out bodies and try to figure out what's going on. It looks like a lot of shops and things are closed down for the day. But it looks like everybody's trying to like pick up the aftermath. You're not really sure otherwise that, but it does look like there was a lot of battling and stuff going on throughout the night.
You know another attack's about to happen, right?
What?
What?
Huh?
Is there?
I
Is
thought.
this your fault?
No, I thought the Inquisitor said we might be attacked another night, or was that just something that the DM said just to freak us out?
She said that she's expecting.
No. Okay.
Okay.
She's not real reliable. From what I've noticed.
Just since you didn't have any luck with her doesn't mean she's not reliable.
I don't trust her. She's just uncomely.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get in her pants.
I didn't score with her, so I don't trust her.
I didn't try.
Right.
All right. So what are you guys doing when you go outside?
I'm gonna go. Did the Inquisitor say where to find her or anything? I forget.
No.
Nope. I think she
Nice.
said she'd find you if she needed you.
Gotcha. And we're at the Moongate Inn, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'll try and help out.
Okay. So Bob's gonna help people out.
I'm gonna go try to find a guard or something to inquire about what happened the night before.
Honey.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay. There's multiple guards. You go up to one of the
I'll,
first
I'll
guard.
help you because I have a -3 to everything.
All right. So Caleb and Vog go up to a guard. Bob's helping with whatever he can.
For moral support.
Moral support. All right. So you walk up and they're like, "All right. Yes. How can I help you, citizens?"
Just trying to get an idea of what's been going around and out in my town.
Did you sleep through last night's events?
I saw
Yeah,
some.
like you were there, right?
Yeah, I was
You
there.
destroyed stuff.
I was upset because my friend died.
So you destroyed things?
Yes.
What did you destroy? It's giving you a suspicious look now.
Is there any like dolls on the floor?
Yeah, there are some dolls over
It's just like this shit.
there. Oh. Yeah, well, if you know that, then yeah, they attacked last night.
Yeah, where'd they come from?
We don't know.
Who's the lead detective on this case?
Not me.
Who's your boss?
The captain of the guard?
Where's he live?
I cannot give you his address, but he's probably out and about at the moment trying to clean up this mess. All the guards are out.
What's he look like?
Would he be the best person to talk to about this, or could you point us into a direction of someone that could give us some information?
Well, at the moment we're all kind of busy helping clean up. I don't. You probably would need to speak with him, but I don't know where he is at the moment. He's kind of helping out wherever he needs to be. We all are. We're all spread out pretty much at the moment.
Okay, I'm done talking to this guy. I'm gonna go look for the captain of the guard.
Okay. Just walks off.
I am. I'm leaving the conversation.
Okay. I'm just like, okay, bye. Is anybody going with Caleb?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, Caleb, make an investigation check.
Investigation.
I forgot I was muted. I was gonna go with Caleb to make
Okay.
sure he didn't do anything
17.
stupid.
Okay, so Kyuki and Caleb walk off. Vog and Bob. Okay, so Vog, are you asking the guard any more questions?
So, I was the one who died last night.
You look pretty good for a dead man.
Your clerics in this town can be amazing.
You are one of the fortunate then.
What else? I had died fairly early on. Just, can you tell me anything that we might be able to help with as far as finding out why this happened or where it might happen again?
I would not be the man to talk to. I'm just a guard, to be honest. I'm just trying
So
to
I
help
have to
out.
go with a friend and search for the captain.
You would probably have better answers, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You have a good day.
You too. And I try to catch up to Caleb.
All right. Is Bob you just hanging out and helping out, or are you going with everybody else?
I'm muted. I'm just helping out.
Okay, so Bob's just randomly helping out. Okay, that
Sorry,
works.
I'm eating.
No worries. Okay. And then Faye, you're just going off to where you were before.
Yep.
All right. So for you, it doesn't take you too long to get where you're going because you know where you're going. As you get closer there, are you doing anything specific when you get closer, or are you just walking up there?
Walking up to it.
Okay. So you just walk up there. You get up there, and as you walk up to the tree, you notice from a little ways off that at the front of the tree looks like a large hole was blown out of the tree.
We go up to the tree with the hole.
All right, so you go up to the tree, look in the hole, and it looks like something large blew it out from the inside. You're not sure what it was, but there are tree bark everywhere scattered throughout the place. Some of the trees are blown down nearby, a little bit damaged. And as you get close, you get a whiff of kind of like burnt or seared flesh.
I'll go into the hole slowly.
All right, so you go into the hole slowly. You go in there. Doesn't appear to be anything moving or any sounds coming from there. You start to slowly move down but down the hallway. There are like cavern, and you go for a little ways, and that smell just gets a little bit stronger and stronger and stronger the further you get, until eventually you get to that large open area where the dragon's hoard was, and you see what looks like the dragon unmoving on the ground.
I will go over to it.
All right, you go
I
over.
will check to see if it's alive.
All right, you walk up over to the dragon. The dragon appears to be on its back, and you walk up, you get around the side of it, and you realize that its head is where the source of the singe smell is coming from, as its head looks like it's just burnt to crisp. And then also, as you get closer, it looks like there's a large hole through the center of its head that just is completely burnt to ash.
Nice. Alright, is there anything else in here? I'm assuming the horde is gone and
No, the hoard's still there.
the horde's still there. Okay, cool. Does the dragon look like there's any other damage to it besides its head?
Not really. It might have a little bit of scuff marks on it, like it might have been a tussle, but aside from that, there's... Oh, and there is also another singe mark on its left front shoulder.
Okay. I will go over to it and I will, I guess, start trying to take this sumbitch apart.
All right, roll survival.
What time in the day is it that I got here?
It'd probably still be like a mid-morning by the time you get there.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna take the rest of the day to take a 20.
Okay, that works. So you spend the rest of the day taking apart the dragon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
That's just what I'm gonna do.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm gonna have a pumpkin just keeping watch for me and just making sure nobody comes here, and if they do, just warn me.
Gotcha. Easy enough. All right, so the rest of the group, you went off to go look for the captain of the guard. Caleb led the charge. Everybody else caught up except for Bob, who's just randomly helping out citizens.
Yep. Chaotic evil.
I love it. And so after about like a couple hours, like an hour or two of asking around and trying to figure out, you do come across, a larger elven man who appears to be more finely dressed, or like his guard outfit gives him like a sense of station. And he's kind of directing other guards and talking to people and trying to help out and figure things out. And you see him away. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna walk up to him
Okay.
and explain to him that my name is Detective Riggs, and I am coming to him to inquire
How fitting.
about the attacks last night.
Well, Detective Riggs, what is you want to know aside I'm assuming you were here last night.
I was, and I helped a great effort. In fact, you should include me on any kind of medals that you're giving out later. Big attack, big problems. Trying to bust this case wide open. What do you know? When did it start? What started it?
All we know so far is that shortly after sundown, all these dolls apparently were scattered throughout the city. We don't know how they appeared. Some citizens reported just finding them. Not sure if they were just left by other people, but it just seemed weird. And by the time sundown went down, they all came alive and started attacking people throughout the city. All 3 districts were hit.
Okay.
But as far as that, we haven't really had much time to get resources going and trying to figure out where they came from or what started all this, as we've been more worried about trying to make sure people are alive and seeing who's dead and who's not.
Of course. Yes.
We know the so far, I would say close to probably almost 100 people have probably died in this district alone.
So is it going to be like a mass burial situation?
Well, families are allowed to bury their dead however they see fit.
But that's just, a lot of dead people.
You're right, but I'm not going to tell the families how they are to bury their dead.
I'm just saying there's a lot of creepy, weird shit going on, and you just bringing a bunch of dead bodies into one place is probably not a good idea.
Well, that is for future problems. Right now, we're worried about trying to figure out who's dead, who's alive. There's also apparently missing people.
Yeah, well, if your department were a little more proactive and less reactive, then maybe this wouldn't have happened in the first
How
place.
can we help with the missing people? I speak up from the back.
Turns and looks at Vogue with a very annoyed look. However you see fit. If you want to help, you can help out. People are missing. That's all we know. At least some people have been reported missing.
Who?
Just random citizens.
Huh.
Random citizens. You don't have a catalog of missing peoples?
Kyuki goes to Vogue. I was like, I wonder if it's the people that were possessed by the dolls, just like you were at one point.
Very well could be.
Detective Riggs, do you not understand that my job as captain of the guard is to ensure the safety of all people, and there is a lot that happened right now.
Yeah, you're doing a bad job. Nobody's safe. I'm trying to clean up this
He starts
town.
walking away.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna start asking around to see if I can find out who's missing.
You start asking around. He stops and turns. Leave.
I'm just gonna keep asking peoples. Not him, but like folks around town.
He walks over to a group of guards. A couple of guards start walking over to you.
For what?
And they're like, "Sir, you need to leave."
I'm trying to help.
Yes, you're not really being helpful.
You're not letting
Go be
me
helpful
help.
somewhere else.
Okay, whatever. I'm still gonna ask people shit. I'm just not gonna do it right there.
Then do it somewhere else.
I'm doing it. I'm telling you, I'm doing it somewhere else.
All right, leave.
I am leaving.
All right, Caleb starts walking away. What is Vogue and Kyuki doing?
Questioning my life choices.
Question of choices. Fair enough. Are you going with Caleb?
Yeah, I'll kind of follow behind Caleb. I want to keep an eye out for any hold all left over possessed looking people or anything like that.
Okay. You start following Caleb. Are you are you going anywhere specific, or are you
I
just?
don't really. I don't have like a map of the town or something. So I'm just gonna go around asking peasants, telling them I'm Detective Agent Riggs and I'm looking for missing people. So I want to see if they have any kind of information going on the missing persons after the attack lights now.
All right, roll investigation.
9.
Okay. A lot of people don't seem to know you, so some people don't really talk to you. Some people are kind of just mistrusting. Some people don't really have much information. You do get a couple people saying that they think that their friend's missing or maybe a loved one's missing, but it's only like a couple here and there. But not many people seem to be talking to you too much.
Okay.
They don't know. They just know that they can't find them anywhere, and they've looked in their houses and they don't seem to be there. And they were expecting the worst, but they don't seem to be able to find their dead bodies either. So they are assuming that they are missing at the moment.
Okay, well, what are their names? Where was their last known place?
I go up to Caleb and go, "Do you think that maybe the surviving people who were possessed by the dolls went back to the where we originally found Athar?
Maybe.
Or where do you think Athar would have told them to go?"
Well, I don't know.
Hey, Vog, do you remember anything after being possessed? Because you were just trying to run out the door. I'm trying to think if you remember hearing a voice.
Was that directed to me? Sorry.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Well, you were at one point possessed by the doll, so do you remember hearing a voice in your head or anything?
Do I remember anything?
You remember nothing. You remember being unconscious and then waking up with the cleric standing over you. Is what you remember.
I remember
The
absolutely nothing.
metallic taste in your mouth.
With a metallic taste in your mouth. And your neck being sore and your chest hurting. It's kind of... One second
about
you
it.
were facing the doll, and the next second you were on the ground in pain, waking up with the cleric over you. And that's kind of all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should say I should probably cast Disguise Self so people could actually talk to me.
Most people here in this section that you're in right now don't seem to care too much.
Oh, okay, good.
You have a mix of this section of the city is a mix of races, so there's not just elves here. There's more humans and dwarves, but you do see some of the other races as well. You don't see anything like you, though, but most people don't really seem to be caring too much, but you also could be a mix of that and the fact that the city was attacked last night and people are more worried about other things.
Can I ask a couple people if they know what direction their friends who were lost, like what direction possibly they remember? Or
So you start, she's like, well, no, I just came to check on my son this morning and he was just gone. I thought maybe he was dead when he didn't answer, but his front door was broken in and I searched everywhere. His body's not here, so I don't know where he is.
Can I look? I mean, I know I have a huge penalty, but can I look for like any tracks of like the possessed people walking out of town or anything like that the night before?
Make a survival check.
should I help?
Sure.
Okay, let me see. I don't have disadvantage, right? I just have -3.
Yeah, so you have advantage and then you have a -3.
So that would be 19 -3, so 16.
16. You can't really tell, being the fact that you're in a city, so there's a lot of foot traffic and the roads are a bit paved. It's going to be downright almost impossible to try to figure out if anybody's finding a specific set of tracks.
Gotcha. I'll kind of just follow Caleb around and try to ask people if they've saw anyone leaving the city last night.
You ask people, most people say they didn't, they're not either they're not sure or they didn't see anyone leaving the city.
Okay.
That might mean they're using underground tunnels.
It could.
So if I were an underground tunnel, where would I be?
That's a good question.
I start
When you
taking-
guys were killing things around the tavern last night, did it seem like they were disappearing anywhere or appearing from anywhere?
They just flopped kind of onto the ground. I didn't see the thing right.
You would have noticed that if an elf died, that you saw the green ore.
Okay, so I did notice that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll explain that.
Okay.
They went like...
So Caleb explains that while he was fighting, that every now and then, if an elf died, he did see a green aura kind of like pull off of their body and go flying towards the north.
Which I took to mean that elves are evil.
Well, it could be that they were trying to gather over elven souls too. I'm not sure exactly how that magic would work.
Me either, because they don't have any.
The elves.
Nope.
I think
Soulless
you're
bricks.
mistaken there, Caleb. I think elves are more magical than you believe.
So if their souls go to the north, does that mean one of us should go up north?
When you say up north, did it like fly like way north, or did it just like seem like it was moving?
My eyes aren't too good, so it kind of like dissipated after a little bit, but it looked like it was heading in that general direction. Could have just been the wind, though.
So if I look at the
Good.
map, there's like nothing really north of Sahalion.
No, but you don't know how far north these things. So you just went north, but Caleb's probably in the middle of fighting, so it's hard to tell exactly.
Gotcha.
It's not like it went up in the air and went like. Whoosh, it was just kind of like a wee.
That's what
Gotcha.
I said.
Is it typical of elves' souls to just go elsewhere?
That's a
I
good
don't
question.
know. Find one and we'll see.
There's a couple
Yeah,
elves
well-
around you.
I will approach one of the elves and talk to them about their life
Their
force.
afterlife beliefs.
Like, hello, how can I help you?
Yeah, I'm gonna let the cleric do
Yeah.
that one.
I'm obviously a cleric, and I'm trying to study different religions. Saw last night during the aftermath and everything that happened when someone of elven descent died. A green force was drawn off. Can you tell me what that was about?
He gives you a question like, I have no idea. That's very strange. Huh.
Do you know of anyone I could talk to learn more?
The church, maybe? I don't know.
So this is
Nobody
not
knows anything in
common.
this town.
Can you point me to the elven church then, where I can find whatever main religion that you? What was there?
I
Main
know
religion?
where I found the cleric last night.
Was it an elven cleric?
It was.
It was. Yes.
And then we shall go pay him a visit again. Maybe he can shed some light on this for us. I bid you
Oh,
adieu.
help.
Thank you for your help.
It's like,
Can you
okay.
lead me, Tayuki?
All right. So you head to the church. Is Caleb
Maybe
going
he
to?
won't be so
Yeah, I'll
afraid
try
without
one.
Bob.
All right.
Bob not here.
Bob not here. Bob's just off like doing Bob things. Hey, you need help lifting this thing up? I'll get you.
I know he's just like is spur of the moment helpful all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He
Yep,
goes from
being
burning down
kind.
libraries and shit to being like, you know
I
what, I
mean-
need to restore karmic balance. Let me go help some people.
Exactly. You know,
Say
I did almost
howdy.
burn down that tavern with one fireball, so.
Yeah. All right.
You
Or
also
dragon.
It's fine. All right, so you guys head to the church. You get to the church. It does look like it is a bit busy. You have people coming and going. It seems like a lot of the clerics are bringing people in. Some people are there trying to pray. Some people are bringing their wounded there, it seems, for spiritual guidance or help and healing. The symbol of the church. Does it have a symbol? What is his symbol? It has a quarter moon as the symbol on the church.
Quarter moon.
Yes.
Would I know what symbol that is?
Make a religion check.
Religion check -3. Go. Oh, not bad. Religion. That'd be a +7, so make it a +4. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. You know that would be the symbol of Corellian Laranthian, the elven god.
Torellian what?
Laranthian?
Perfect.
So you guys go inside, and it is a lot busier inside. People are praying. A lot more elves here. A lot of people are here probably looking for help and trying to save their loved ones. Some people thinking that their dead ones can be brought back and all that stuff. QQ, do you see the cleric that you grabbed last night? He's up talking to a few people, leading them in prayer at the front.
I pointed him out to Vogue, and I was like, after our rush, picking him up and just tossing him through or not tossing him through, basically running
Through a city with
town
him.
with him on our shoulders, I think I should stay back.
All right, very well. And I approach this gentleman.
All right. He looks up and he goes, "Oh, yes, young dwarf. I see you are up and well. That is good. I'm glad you are
Yeah.
better.
I'll have you to thank for that, I believe.
You can thank Corellian. He is the one that provided the power to bring you back."
Thank Bless Corellian. And I would like to ask my colleagues when they were fighting last night, they said they saw a green life force float off on the elves when they were.
Green life force. Huh. That's
Is there anything that you would know about this?
no.
And they said it was going every time the force was going north.
That's concerning. It sounds as if maybe their life energy or soul is being pulled from them.
That's the same thing I had assumed.
But that's not how it should work, and that's concerning. It seems as if maybe someone's trying to steal elven souls for something.
I couldn't agree more with you.
Well, that is very concerning.
Who do you think we should talk to about this?
The Pope.
Probably everyone, to be honest. I would think the heads of the city be a place to start.
Could you bring me there? They might be more well accepted than I am.
I could only point you in the direction. I would not be able to help you out too much.
Maybe he can write a note.
Anything
letter
you could do to help
recommendation.
would be much appreciated.
To be honest, the heads of the city, the one here, the Blade family, she's more of a connoisseur of trade, which is why this section of the city is the way it is. The one I would say the family best to speak to would probably be the family. Give me one sec. What is their name? I have it written down.
Bob.
It's not
Another Bob.
another mom.
Not another one. I'm best Bob.
Yeah, the Alawarn family, who resides in the northern section of the city. They're were the spiritual leaders of the city for many centuries, but have taken a back seat of late. The head of their families tends to live more off of the notoriety of her family more than anything else nowadays.
And what would her name be?
Her name is Nyana.
Diana?
Nyana. Nyana. But I don't know how much help she would be. She, like I said, she rides the coattails of her family name, to be honest.
So they wouldn't be the best ones to speak to then.
In previous times they would have been, but now I don't know who would be the best to speak to. I don't know if she'd be able to help you out at all anymore, if at all.
Interesting.
Yes.
Does she have an uncle or brother that's more interested in this? I walk up asking.
No. She was the only child of a family. The Dafil family might be able to help, but they are not really spiritual leaders, more of the traditionalists of our city, our ways of staying one with the forest more than advancing of modernization. Yes, wood elves is mainly what we live here, and we resided with the forest and lived with the forest for so long. Their family believes that we should stay with that sentiment and be a part of the forest and not go to
Forest, not force.
yeah, forest.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, stay part of the forest and live with the forest, rather than how the Blade family thinks of it as more of a trying to modernize and bring us into the modern era of things. Is how she wants it.
I see. Well, it sounds like we need to start with the Elawan family then.
Well, if you do, best of luck. I hope that you're able to figure things out.
And I hand him 50 gold and say, thank you again for your help last night.
Oh, your charity is greatly appreciated. Just where are you guys heading?
I'd like to find my way north.
All right. Should be fun. So you start
Or
heading.
should we grab Bob?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll stop that
Yes.
one.
You can stop by Bob. Bob, we're
Please
leaving.
find Let's go. Fireball.
Well, should we also warn the captain of the guard there might be some to expect another attack? If
Yeah,
the
that's not gonna be
Inquisitor said
suspicious
so.
as fuck.
Can I keep an eye out for this Inquisitor person?
I already am doing that.
You can.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are keeping eyes out for the Inquisitors, or the Inquisitor. You did know that she did have someone with her too when she left.
I forget if I asked or not. Did I get a general vibe off her if she's like a good person or a bad person?
She
I'll
is holy.
roll an
Everything-
insight. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Natural 20.
Ooh, you get a very good sense that she's probably very likes to be more direct and straightforward, and is very much held within her faith and beliefs of her faith. How strongly, you are unsure, but she does overall seem like she is someone who is a good person in general.
Did I see a symbol of faith at all or anything?
Not really. It was just more her armor just seemed very, very holy, and she did
Okay.
say the Radiant Church, as what
Okay.
she mentioned.
Perfect.
Yes. She's kind of like walking holy in a sense.
Gotcha. She's like, I can understand.
Yeah.
Her chainmail did not make a sound.
Yeah, her armor. No, she has plate mail on.
Whatever.
Plate
It
armor.
did not make a sound.
Did not make any sound.
Fancy. I need that.
Yeah, there was no clink clank from the armor. All right, so you guys are heading to the Northern District.
Correct.
All right, so you guys head to the Northern
Yes, yes.
District. The guards do stop you. They're like, halt! What business do you have in this section of city?
I was wondering if we could talk to the Alawan family and see if they have any insight on something that's been happening recently.
And what business do you have with the family?
One of the priests from the Cerulean Church told us that they might be able to shine some light on the events that happened last night.
You are asking for more spiritual guidance from the family?
Correct.
The one guard looks at the other guard and they kind of just give each other a little chuckling smile, and they're like, you're more than welcome to. If
Much.
you believe so. You're very an odd group. Looking at you. What is this regards in the attacks last night?
Correct. There was something that we kept seeing that we had questions about. We got directed to them.
All right. All right. I'll escort you. And the guard
Thank you very much.
and he escorts you. And you walk through to more like the central section of the city, getting close to the whole this. So you go into the section, and you go towards the center of it, which is getting close towards the center of the city itself. And at the center of the city is a very large kind of like castle, and then around that seems to be like their rich district, in each part of the section of the city. And he leads you to more of the central area of that section as well. And it's a very large house. And he gets there and he goes, "I need you all to wait here. We'll be right back." And he walks to the gate, speaks to one of the guards, and the guards lets him in. And you're left standing there for a moment. After probably a little while passes by, the guard comes back out and he goes, "Well, the head of the family will see you, but only if you are willing to offer a tribute."
How much does they require as tribute?
A generous tribute is all I was told.
I pull out 50 gold.
One of the guards at the gate that's not with the guard with you, he looks and just nods his head no.
No.
Yeah.
100 gold.
Nods his head no.
Jesus Christ.
Guess to find tribute.
More than that.
about-
Or something unique. The one guard that's been nodding his head says.
All orange sauce.
You jest.
No, I can make the best.
Humans are so weird.
Everybody's got to eat.
You believe that the head of the Elrond family does not have her own personal shelves.
She got money too, and she still wants more. So what's the problem?
Well, everybody always wants more money. But you
You pull
don't-
out 150 gold.
looks at it. Make a persuasion check.
And
No,
a book.
Be 17 after the -3.
Oh, did you roll a natural 20?
I rolled an 18 plus 2 -3.
Okay. He's like, that might be enough. And to answer your question, you don't look like you could be able to make proper food. And then he turns and opens the door and lets you all in.
He's missing out.
And he takes the gold from the one guard that led you here. He's like, "Well, I wish you all the best of luck." And he leaves. And the one guard that was talking to you takes the gold and leads you inside.
Follow.
All right. He walks inside. You enter into a very grand entranceway. It's very beautiful entranceway. There's tapestries and silks and things and very lovely paintings all over the place. It looks very fancy and like someone's trying to flaunt their status and wealth, essentially.
Yeah.
And he leads you down the hallway and then to the left, and there you come into like a very nice sitting room with a fireplace. And he's like, "Wait here." And he leaves, heads down into the further in. What are you guys doing while you wait?
Oh, and I would have changed into my pimp suit before we went to Fancy Town. By the
Oh,
way.
I meant to put disguise self too.
okay, that's fine.
but,
That's fine. Okay, so you have your pin. What would you be disguising yourself as?
Just an elf, like a
Just a random elf. Okay.
yeah.
Nondescript elf 1.
Well, basically just an elven version of myself, just minus the ears and the tails
That works.
and the
I'm staying the
fox
same.
features.
I'm gonna give a fuck.
Bob, don't give a fuck. This is who I am. Deal with it.
I'm a dwarf.
Fox dwarf. And Caleb is pimping it up. Bessie is forced to wait outside if Bessie.
Of course. But she would have had her chef hat on. Just so you know.
With Sigmund underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like a Ratatouille situation.
Okay. I dig. All right. You guys are in the sitting room, just hanging out. It is a very nice, very fancy sitting room. There is a very large portrait of a younger-looking elven woman with like kind of like golden green eyes and like long brownish goldenish like a golden brownish hair and a very beautiful elegant like green dress. And you can make the assumption that is probably who the head of the family is.
Can I
And
take a closer look at the picture? Because I have a feeling there's like a secret behind it.
make a perception check. Medieval candy shop.
It's Bardcore. That's what I'm trying to get.
Dig it.
Oops, I hit the wrong one.
I don't know, when we
27?
keep singing, I'm gonna go with
27. All right. It is a very well painted painting, and there doesn't appear to be anything special or unique about it. It's very well done. Like, it is probably very expensive, more money than you have at the moment, for sure, and probably took quite some time to paint. It's a lot of detail, and it has a very elegant portrait around it, and it is made of solid gold.
Jesus.
Is there a bookshelf in there?
There is.
I'm gonna start like tilting the books out to see if any of them open a secret passageway.
You start doing that, nothing seems to happen. Books just tilt.
Okay, then I look for erotica.
And make
You
an
should
investigation check.
Your books.
I'm an
Say
avid
that.
reader. 12.
12. You know what? That'll be fine.
And then I put one of my books on the shelf.
Which book do you have? You only have the first book.
Hmm?
You only have the first of your books, right?
Yeah, I haven't finished the second one yet. I'm still working on it.
You start tilting, and then you stop. You turn, you look, and it says, "My cabbage will always be."
Take it immediately. Replace it with my book.
Okay. Swap
Funny.
books. You have found your second book.
Perfect. I get really excited about that.
Yep. All right. After a little while, Caleb's doing this and swaps books real quick. You guys are sitting there.
Is there like anything else like of interest besides the painting and the bookshelves?
There's sitting chairs and a couple couches there. There's a nice fireplace. A little reading chair next to the books. Nothing too fancy. There's a few art pieces hanging out around too. Some very nice candlesticks and vases and things of that nature. But nothing that really catches your eye beyond the fact that it's just filled with a lot of nice, fancy, rich things.
So the gold painting.
Yeah. Basically.
Ooh.
And then the guard comes in and announces, Lady Nyana Elawan. And then a woman walks around looking exactly as she does in her painting, except today she is wearing what looks like a very nice purple dress. And her hair is well done up in a nice little bun. She's like, "Oh, hello. How may I help you all? I hear that you required a moment of my time."
Yes, we have a couple questions. During the scuffle last night,
Oh, all the loud noises out last night. I heard my guard inform me that I believe there was some sort of tavern brawl of some sorts.
it was an attack on the city of some sort. So,
Oh my
There was-
word! An attack on the city.
but the reason why we searched you out is there seemed to be a life force leaving the elves when an elf would die.
Life force leaving the
a
elves.
green- There was like a green life force floating north when an elf would die.
It's very interesting. An elven soul shouldn't leave their body, at least if it does, it shouldn't be visible to the mortal eyes like that. That's very strange. Huh. I would say if this is actually something that happened, that more likely someone is trying to steal elven souls.
Yeah, we got that far.
Do you have
My
any idea
word,
what?
sir. That outfit is unbelievably ostentatious.
It is, isn't it?
Doesn't that mean it's
She gives you that look like she's
horrible?
looking down on you.
She's just jealous, and I like lean up on my little cane.
Okay.
Very ornate.
She kind of just like.
Can I do an insight check on her? I don't think she's really genuine about what's going on.
Okay, make an insight check.
We do a vibe check for Cap.
Vibe check for Kip. This bitch cabin.
I got an 8.
She seems very genuine in her knowledge of not really knowing what's going on.
Jesus. How do you not know? But okay.
So, from what we were told from the Thrillian Temple is that you used to be the spiritual leader here in the city, and that you've never heard of anything like this happening in the past.
My family has been the head of the spiritual sect of this entire city for many centuries, yes. That is indeed true.
Has you ever heard of anything like this happening in the past?
Elven souls being stolen? No, I have never heard of anything, and I do not believe that our records state anything of the such.
Do I believe her?
Make an insight check.
Yet she knew exactly what it was when we described it.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible. 11 after the -3.
You believe everything she's saying.
Why would somebody
as
even
a
wanna do
character, as
that?
a person playing, I do not.
She seems very truthful and genuine in what she is saying.
Do you have anyone that we could talk to possibly further our knowledge on this?
I would assume that this is more of an arcane means. Someone is trying to magically steal souls. For what, I do not know. I have more of a spiritual knowledge rather than wizarding knowledge.
Do you know who we could talk to learn more?
The arcane. Well, I would say that the head of the Blade family would be the most useful knowledge source you could probably find. She tends to be more intrigued with all things of that nature.
And is there any way you could allow us to go and talk to her?
Like, let them know that we would like to talk to her.
I mean, I could certainly write you a letter of recommendation, but this isn't being as to be my time is very valuable. I don't know if I'd be able to without, some sort of compensation.
How about you call me when you need a fireball?
The spell fireball? Or are you going to just shoot it at anything and whenever? It seems very trivial. I can easily get someone to do that for me.
Alright, go fuck yourself.
Oh my word, I have never... How could you allow someone into my house that would speak to me in such a way she turns to her
Yes.
guard? Yeah.
Excuse our pet.
Bob, why would you
Hold
say that? I
on.
know you have Tourette's, Bob, but you must not say that to friends.
We're still
I
domesticating
stand by my
him.
word.
I stand by my word. Oh, well, if that is the case, then I think that you all should just leave now, and I have things to get to. I bid you all a good day.
You as well, madame.
And she leaves. The guard's like, well, come on, leads you on out.
Alright, we might have to leave Bob
Fucking
outside next time.
Bob. You just stay with Betsy.
You just
Yeah.
stay with Bessie. Chaotic evil man, I love it. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Well, now I have to go try to find this Blade family without any help.
Alright, so you
what
know
time of day is it?
it's probably around afternoon at this point, midday.
Okay.
You know that the Blade family is the head of the district in which you are staying.
Oh, okay. Well, I am getting, honestly, I'm fairly exhausted from everything I've done. If you want to go talk to the Blade family tonight, I will, or we can wait till the morning.
I mean, I can handle this.
I love it.
You don't want me there to help you talk about these elven souls leaving the body.
I mean, do you think you really need to be there? I think I got it.
I think I might need to be there.
It's a little selfish, but okay.
You were the one telling me it was right up my alley.
I did. I was trying to gas you up.
I see.
Looking out for each other, you know. But yeah, I haven't partook in a drinking contest in a while, so that's fine. I can keep myself busy.
Yeah, you can see if there's a guard trying to blow off steam from the last night.
Yeah.
I guess we'll make our way
phrasing
back
wasn't really-
to our tavern.
Yeah. Yeah, if that tavern's still empty, I'm not gonna be able to help myself, just so you know.
Do you really need to acquire another tavern, Taylor?
Yeah, like I can't help it. I'm itching.
We need to find something else to cure your itch.
Yeah.
Make them
like
write another
gambling,
book.
maybe.
Gambling.
Why don't you write another book in your spare time instead of
I mean,
stealing
I'm working on my second book, but you know, like the first one, I needed to get a little bit more traction. I need my readers to lust for that sequel. If I prematurely put this sequel out before the first one catches on, I'm not going to sell out like I want to sell out.
You have wild dreams, Mr. Caleb. Maybe you need to work with more publishers so you can print more books.
I do. Do you think there's one in town?
Not that would be open today, after everything that happened last night.
It's not good. It's going to take off, though. You'll see.
I believe in you. I just don't know if you need to continue to steal taverns.
I'm not stealing them. I'm acquiring them. They're abandoned. You know, if someone adopts an orphan, are you stealing that child?
If the mother and father come back and ask for it, yes.
But what if the mother and child were abusive?
Mother and father.
Well, the mother was abusive to the child.
What if they weren't?
You never know. And they're not going to tell you the truth. I just got to look someone in the eyes. And when I do that, I get a pretty good read on folks.
If you adopt them through an orphanage, it is not stealing.
You know, orphanages are really generous. You know, half the time, once they're 7, they're on their own. You know, they're taking over the cabbage farm. They got to get to work.
Mr. Caleb, your views on tavern acquisition very interesting. I'm not sure I agree with them.
I need something to do. I can't just do nothing.
Why don't you go figure out what you can figure out about this Blade family before we go and talk to them then?
Before we go and talk to them. Fine.
So we can have intel?
I'll look for clues.
Okay. All right.
I'm
So-
gonna sleep.
All right. So Vogue goes back to the tavern and go knock out. Okay.
Can I get 2 long rests in or just 1?
We'll say 1 for now, depending on what happens.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. So what is the rest of the group doing? Caleb's gonna go investigate the Blade family.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for clues, see what I can find out. Who are they? What do they do? What are their
And
kinks?
steal a tavern once I'm asleep.
What are the kinks? Okay.
Moves like Jagger.
All right. So you do. Is anybody else going with Caleb, or is it just Caleb by himself?
On his own.
What is Bob and Kyuki doing?
I'm drinking a beer.
Okay.
I think I should go because I'm a little bit stealthy.
Okay, so Bob and Vogue go back to the tavern. Bob starts drinking. Vogue goes naps. Caleb and Kyuki are looking around, asking about the Blade family. Roll an investigation check as you ask about the Blade family.
Bob is so useless right now. It's so funny.
Bob's helped out the
18.
city a little bit.
Yeah.
He
true.
deserves a good little afternoon beer after helping out people in the morning.
See? You know what? Thank you for that.
I got an unnatural 20.
On natural 20 and 18. All right. So you guys start asking about the Blade family.
I'm still on about me being Riggs, by the way. I'm a detective.
And I'm Morticia, so no one can freaking tell who I am. And this is Gus.
You're Murtaugh.
Excuse me?
I said if I'm Riggs, you're Murtaugh.
I don't think I like this, but fine.
All right. So you start asking around. Essentially, what you start to learn as you ask people around town is that the head of the Blade family, she took over as the family, and when she did, she started directing her section of the city towards more of a modernization, so allowing more trade coming in and allowing other races as an idea of trying to get more trade and commerce going throughout the city and trying to develop it more rather than keeping it whereas the traditional side of the family, the Daffiel family, wants to keep it more of a traditional side where originally this was the city was just they are one with the forest and the forest is one with them and they live amongst the forest. And so the Blade family, she did not want to go in that direction.
This is perfect for developing my vineyard.
Kind of, yeah. So there's a lot more trade about that.
That's good.
Little bit. Wasn't one of my words.
I wonder if we can come up with a trade deal. Maybe with your book.
My
And
book,
see-
I'm wanting to start that vineyard. I haven't been joshing around. That's a real aspiration.
How many aspirations do you have?
A lot. I challenge myself.
Fair point. I wonder if I can open a prank shop here.
I mean, you could always try.
It
You
def-
never know if you don't try.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like the city would be more open towards that. There is a lot of trade and development in this section of the city than anything else. You learn that the Blade family and the Daffiel family are kind of at odds, as they're always disagreeing.
I didn't like. Is that the person we just saw?
No, you just spoke to the Eleron family.
I
Eleron.
didn't like
Eleron.
her. I don't know. Even though I trust her, I still don't like her.
You get a sense that she was being very honest with you guys.
I still don't like her. Maybe we can find out information about both families, maybe?
The Daffiel family. So you know there's 3 families. So there's 3 sections. So you have the Blade family, you're the district you're in. You have the Daffiel family, which is on the opposite side. And Daffiel, when you first entered the city, you weren't there, Kyuki, but when they first entered, there was 2 gates, and one gate was kind of like you guys went to this side, where's the Blade family side, and there was a lot more. They went there because there's more than just elves. And the other side, it looked like it was part of the forest a little bit more. and there was just elves there, so you went to the other side. But that's where the Daffiel family is, and the northern district. It's kind of like a little bit mix of a little bit too, where it's not as included into the forest, but there is still really mostly and only elves in that section, and that's where the Elrond family is.
Gotcha. Hmm. So, Detective Riggs, what's your plan?
Alright, so at this point, what time is it?
Asking around for a couple hours. It's probably getting towards mid-afternoon.
Mid-afternoon. Okay. So, we've learned about the families. Let's see, what else can we do? We can find more puppets.
What's your
we can look
passive
for
perception?
Dead people.
your
Mine
passive.
17.
And yours?
18.
18. You guys are walking around. You do notice you're possibly being followed.
I'm always being followed.
Okay. You are being followed.
How
am
far
being
away are they?
You're keeping a safe distance. It looks like they're trying not to be noticed, but they are following you.
Can I give them the old alleyway juke to try and
Lose them?
figure out who it is?
Oh, you want to get around them?
Yeah.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Straight up stealth. Oh my god.
Are we both doing this?
2021.
Do you have Bessie with you?
During this, like, duking thing, I kind of ditch her a little bit because I move faster without
Okay.
her.
Kiki, are you going with Caleb?
She's, like, nearby,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
not.
Make a stealth check.
Like, I'm
I got
specifically,
26.
like,
26,
do
and you got a what?
a 12, 7, 18, 19, 19.
19? Okay.
Yeah.
The entire time you just in your head, Caleb, where'd you go? Caleb.
Just hold on. Just hold on.
Murph.
She's getting too attached.
Caleb, there's a man standing next to me. Caleb,
Oh no.
there's a man. I don't like this. He's kind of weird.
At what
Where'd you-
point is she doing that? Am I?
You kind of gone around and you juked around.
So am I coming back around to where she's
Yeah.
at? Okay. Well, what do I see where she's at?
There's a man kind of looking down the alleyway, kind of like standing there. He's like looking around for you in the alleyway a little bit.
Okay, so he hasn't seen me yet.
No.
Okay. Where? How close is Bessie to him?
Bessie's probably a good like 10 feet.
Okay, can I like hide around like the wall and then like telepathically tell Bessie to grab him? Like, you know. on
Oh,
the
with her
pants.
teeth?
I don't know. However Bessie would interpret that.
Oh, if you were telling Bessie to grab him, Bessie would go into non-cow form and grab him.
That's okay.
All right,
can
roll
deal
a
with
wisdom
that.
save
Well,
for Bessie.
Are they a medium creature or are they a small creature?
Who? The human? That she's
They're a
on?
medium-sized creature.
Wisdom 3, 4.
Bessie fails the wisdom save,
Ah,
regardless.
Okay.
Creature
Well, she can still grab him, right?
that you choose not to see.
And I can use my
action.
action to
Roll an
like
attack.
chill her out.
Oh,
She's about to kill somebody.
roll an attack with Bessie.
Bessie's gonna kill somebody.
4.
Oh god.
A 4.
Can I? Am I? How far away are we now from the person now?
Probably not too far.
Didn't you tell me I was 10 feet away? Oh no, Bessie's 10 feet away.
Yeah. All right. You said a 4 plus 8, so 10. Okay,
Almost
so
said 12.
so Bessie swings out with her glaive
That
and
is
hits the
not a catch.
and he hits the wall and misses the guy, and he's just like, "What the shit? What are you guys doing now?"
Oh, I was gonna charm the person.
I'm gonna go and try and grab him.
Okay. What's the DC for you?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I still need to fix it, but I don't know how. Because I'm supposed to use charisma.
So it's
doing
8
intelligence.
plus proficiency plus your charisma mod. It should be.
So 8 plus.
I think it's out.
3, I think,
Four.
so. Bonus.
So 8 plus 8, so I got a 16?
So 16 DC. Okay, so
Yeah.
that sounds about right. Wisdom saving throw. But thanks to Bessie, he does get advantage. Give me 1 second. Okay, so he stops and he looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, friend, how are you?"
I'm good. Can you tell me why you're following us? Or who sent you?
Make another attack on Bessie.
I told you I was using
Oh.
my action to calm her.
Okay, so you're using your action to calm Bessie. Bessie immediately just come. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wrong grab. Sorry.
It's wrong grab. We gotta work on that.
Okay, hold on, and then Bessie goes to grab him. So.
But it looks like a hug, right?
Yeah, make an athletics check.
Athletics for Bessie.
Okay, yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's a natural 20 with whatever her is.
Yeah, so grabs the dude. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? I thought we were friends."
It's a hug. She likes
we
you.
are friends.
Friend good.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
That's legit.
Who, me?
Yeah, you do have advantage because I think she's.
Persuasion.
Well,
She was
yeah,
a-
well,
It's a 19.
he's like, I mean, she is pretty good hugger.
She is.
Okay,
Good job, Bessie.
okay, so
I got a 22 with the. Oh, not persuasion. That was perception. Whoopsies. Never mind.
okay, well, what can I help you with?
Can you tell us who sent you to follow us?
Oh, Countess Blade sent me.
Countess Blade?
Yeah, you were asking about her around town, and she wanted to know who was asking about her.
This is very common when I take an interest in some women. Happens
You're not
all
helping.
the time.
Well, you were trying to get her to know a little bit more about her before we just, went in and talked to her about some
Big fans.
pressing matters that are happening.
Why?
I'm trying to open up a vineyard in town, and I just thought she'd be the person to talk to. Take some interest.
And I'm here to try to help the city.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then. Do you want to
We
speak
were
with
just
her?
told we do.
Yeah.
But we have to wait for the rest of our group.
Could we make like an appointment? See, she don't know. She's common folk. See, big city people, they got busy times. You gotta make appointments. You can't just show up.
I mean, I can always ask to help make an appointment with her.
Yeah, a meeting.
Sure, I could definitely do that.
I'll let her know
Yeah.
I'ma bring drinks and charcuterie.
Well, that sounds
What
delightful.
was your name, by the way, sir? Or ma'am? Sir? Ma'am?
it's a man. My name is we'll say Dale.
Dale?
Dale.
Thank you for helping us, Dale.
No,
And
you're very
you can
welcome.
you can find us at whatever the tavern we're at. What was it called?
The Moon
Moonbeam.
The Moongate Inn.
The Moongate Inn.
Moongate.
Okay, I will be happy to tell her, and you'll probably hear from her.
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. It was lovely meeting you all. And he leaves.
Ugh. That was almost bad.
What are you talking about? That went wonderfully. I can't believe Bob was worried about us going out on our own.
You're lucky I charmed the person and Betsy missed.
Yep. Bessie might have killed him. It's fine. So what are you guys doing?
I think we'll go back to. I'm gonna go back to the tavern and let Bob and Vog know what's happening.
I'm gonna look for somewhere to gamble.
You should probably try to find the underground since you're really good at that.
I am.
Oh, okay. All right. So Kyuki's back at the tavern with Bob now, probably doing whatever Kyuki wants to do with Bob. Right? Just drinking.
Yeah, I'm drunk as fuck.
Bob's drunk at this point.
Ooh, can I test a spell on you?
Okay, what are you testing?
Just the hideous laughter. I've never tried it. I want to see how it works.
Oh, okay. That's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a 12.
No. Bob has to roll a wisdom save against your DC, so it'd be 16.
That's 12.
I got a
Oh,
16.
that's right.
It's 16.
Oh.
Bob, you are intoxicated, so you have to roll with disadvantage.
So what does that mean?
Roll again and take the lower number.
Oh god. I got an 8.
All right, so Bob falls to the ground laughing his ass off. Just on the floor, rolling with laughter at this point.
And I know how this works. Try it on the bigger
Caleb, make
picture.
an investigation check.
Uh, 20.
20.
It was
Naturally.
harmful.
It
Not
takes you a little
harmless.
while, but you do end up finding a bar. You get there, and the bar looks not in a good state. Fairly beaten up and damaged, and like it's seen some shit.
Okay.
Like it probably got attacked last night heavily.
Okay. Go in there.
All right, no one's at the front of the bar.
Oh,
at the
really?
moment. Yeah, it looks like it's damaged and destroyed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
And is there a back office to this tavern?
Make an investigation check or perception check.
Perception.
It might be
A natural 20.
from when she got out.
Okay. Okay, so you do start walking to the back, and you notice that there is a back door room, and with a back door that leads to a stairs that goes down.
I'm gonna go down.
All right, you go down these stairs. You get down there. The door at the back of the stairs there is no door. It looks like it was smashed off its hinges inwards.
I've done that before. I'm gonna check it out in there.
You walk in. And it looks like there was a hell of a fight back here.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I investigate.
But you walk in, and immediately there's a couple people that are starting to look and like, excuse me.
Oh, there's people in there?
There's people in here.
Oh, shit.
Who are you, and why are you here?
I'm from the bank.
A doll jumps up onto the table, and he pulls out a needle, hangs it at you. Who are you, and why are you in my bar?
Bessie, help!
Stairs. Bad. Everyone stairs.
She knows.
But they're just all like, what do you want? But there is a doll with a needle out asking you, what do you want?
The doll itself is
The
talking?
doll itself is talking.
Is it a boy doll or a girl doll?
It's a girl doll, but it's a boy voice.
Oh, like a gruff man's voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Are the two people, are they like elves or humans or what?
One is a gnome.
One's a gnome.
One is a gnome, and there's a gnome and an elf and a human,
A gnome and elf, so there's 3 people.
plus a dog.
A little. Okay. I'm outnumbered.
Yes.
This is not good.
But they're like, what are you doing here, and what do you want? How'd you find us?
I was just checking it out. You guys didn't hide it really well. The door was open, you know.
Yeah, we were attacked last night. We were in the midst of trying to clean up our shit. Who are you?
I was just checking it out. I helped the other night
Why-
when we were getting attacked. I'm just looking for survivors. I'm
Why are
seeing
you
what's going
here
on.
at this bar specifically?
I was thirsty.
There are many other taverns.
This is the one I was closest to. Look, I'm trying to just drink and gamble. I'm tired.
And why did you think gambling would be here?
It seems seedy. Am I wrong?
Man, we may have to kill someone.
Me?
And they start walking towards you.
Hey, do you like gambling?
Yes, but our hideout must be hidden, and we can't have any
I
witnesses.
don't even know what your hideout's for.
You do have a Selbotol medallion if you ever want.
But I know. Do I know that's who that is?
You don't know? You know that Selbotol runs the underground.
But like, is this in that part, or was that just in that one?
You learned that.
I don't know how
Yeah,
much I
you
know about that.
learned that this is probably where you want to go if you want to do gambling and stuff like that. But you do know that Selbotol is the main underside of this continent, or the kingdom.
So underside, not lower.
The lower end. So like the shady side is the Subaltol is usually in charge.
I took that to mean like physically like south on the map.
No, oh no. The underground is the Subaltol.
Gotcha.
That's what it was.
Okay. I thought you told me it was only on the south side.
No, that's the entire. It's less up here north. Like the elves have more of a cap on it.
Got you. Yeah, no, I have 2 of those.
Yeah. So
Okay.
do you whip one out?
Yeah. Whip one out.
They start advancing. They stop. I'm like, why didn't you say that to begin with?
Well, you were being quite rude.
Well-
Last time I went here.
Take a look around at my fucking bar, and me. Look at me.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yes, it very much is. Who are you?
Calvin Klein.
Finny, and he sticks out his doll hand.
I shake the little doll.
He
hand.
grabs your finger.
You know, I got something you might like. I got little clothes that if you're interested.
You have doll clothes?
Yep.
Why is there a cow coming down the stairs?
That's Bessie. She's with me.
Caleb, I smashed all.
Oh, hold on, Bessie. Hold on. Can I get like a little does Sigmund have like perhaps a periwinkle petticoat? I bought him a bunch of clothes. But
I'll
I don't
say
know.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if I bought them or I found them.
I think you did get
I
some
have
clothes.
a bunch of clothes.
Yeah, we'll say yeah, you do.
Do I have like a nice little pea coat or something?
Yeah.
And give it to the doll.
Can
It's definitely better than the dress. All right. All right. So, what are you doing?
I was just trying to gamble and look around and drink and stuff. That was just all I was trying to do.
Well, as you can see right now, it's not the best of times.
Where's your real body?
I don't know.
What's it look like?
Taller human. No, taller elf. My left ear's cut off.
Oh. Okay. Right. When did that happen?
Last night.
Where were you when that happened?
Here.
Okay. And you haven't found your... Have you been looking for your body?
We've been trying to clean up this mess. There's only us 4. Technically 3. I can't really do much in this body.
Yeah.
I got poked by one of those stupid dolls.
They'll get you. That happened to one of my buddies.
I've not been having the greatest of weeks.
Just don't let anybody stab you.
Me? Why?
It's a bad idea.
What happens?
What happens when you stab people?
So if I doll the doll as a doll, I die?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, God.
Happened to one of my buddies, I'm telling you.
Shit.
You should find that body of yours.
Yeah, I should. Well,
Can I help him look for it?
I mean, you could help me look for it. It's not here. We just haven't gone to the city looking. I don't really have the manpower right now to do anything. We've been trying to...
Can I like help?
You're just gonna go wander the city looking for... Sure, if you want.
Just saying.
Okay.
Not doing anything else right now.
Alright, so you're like, alright, well, I'm leaving.
Well, no, I'm telling him that I'm gonna help him find his body and stuff.
Alright, I wish you luck. I don't... Yeah, alright.
Okay. Is there anything else there?
No, there's a lot of blood stains and just some dead bodies being in the process of being moved around. Yeah.
Just on the underside then.
Yeah, this is the you're like in the you like go down into an area and it's like a little bar and gambling area. Like that's
Yeah.
just distraught and destroyed, tables flipped and everything. It looks like there was a big old fight.
Can I look for gold real quick before I leave?
Make a perception check.
19.
19. You find a small sack of gold. Slide hand it.
Oh no, I'm just getting it.
Oh, you're just grabbing it?
Yeah,
Okay. They don't really stop you.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, he's got other shit going on. He's
Yeah.
a fucking doll.
23 gold.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not a big sack of gold.
Lame. No wonder they didn't stop me. What time is it now?
It's A little bit after mid afternoon now. We're probably getting around 4 o'clock
In the morning?
in the afternoon.
Oh, in the afternoon. I'll spend like 3 hours looking for that guy's body.
Okay. Okay. Make an investigation check.
Oh, after I cast that spell, I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay.
5.
Well, I'm just laughing my ass off. Nice.
Probably last minute.
You're just finding everything hilarious, and you're drunk, so you don't know if it's just a spell or you being drunk. If you make another wisdom saving throw, you could end it.
It only lasts. How long does it last for?
A minute, I think.
Yeah, it only
Yeah,
lasts for
up
about
to
a minute.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So, what'd you get?
5.
5. You get nowhere when looking for his body.
Well, I tried.
Get him, Hunter.
All right, then you head back to the tavern.
Yeah.
All right, so it's about 7 o'clock, getting close to sundown. Probably got like an hour or two left for sundown.
Okay.
You get back there. Bob's still drinking, I think.
Bob, do you want to have a drinking contest?
No.
No.
Lame.
Lame. Okay.
Does anybody at the bar want to have a drinking contest?
There, it's just Bob.
It's just Bob?
Yeah.
Come on, Bob. You're already drunk. What's the worst that can happen?
I
What
die.
is what is the drinking contest? Like, what do you have to roll?
Con saves.
Con saves?
Yep.
I already said I was taking a nap.
Take one faster.
Well, do I get a short rest if I take a nap?
You can get a short rest, yeah.
Okay.
What was the doll's name?
Finny.
Of course it was.
I come down and hear, I guess.
It's about this
Yep.
time, Faye, that you would have completed your collection of dragon parts. So you have dragon scales, claws, and teeth. Whatever else you probably would have
Right.
want to collected.
Pretty much everything. Blood, heart, eyes. If the eyes were still intact.
Nothing of the head is intact. The teeth are a bit singed, but there's probably the only thing you probably could get, and you didn't get as many as you probably were hoping for. But the eyes are definitely just like gel.
Alright, cool. And then the other thing would be the poison sac,
Okay.
and then the Draconis Fundamentum.
Okay. Yeah, you would have spent the entire time collecting all that.
Alright. I'm just going to write down assortment of green dragon parts.
Okay, that works. And then you're heading back to the city.
I'm gonna collect the horde as well.
Do you have a
or
bag
as
of
much
holding?
it as I can.
Do you have a bag
Yeah,
of
I do.
holding? Okay. You probably can. If you're just gonna sit there and start collecting afterwards, it'd probably take you a little while, but you can probably collect a good chunk of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just collect as much of it. I mean, I know where it's at, so
Yeah.
you know, worst comes to worst, if I need to come back, I can.
We'll say you just quickly start shoveling stuff in. You probably get like another 660-ish gold coins for the moment. Just like, all right, that'd be enough for now.
Alright. That works for me, because I was out of money anyways.
Now you have money.
I might have some money.
All right, and then from there, you're heading
then
back?
Then from there I'll just head back.
Okay. It's getting about sundown. The sun's starting to set when you're heading back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So QQ comes down, Bob drunk, and Caleb's back now. What are you guys doing?
I guess if I don't have anybody to drink with, I'll just start writing copies of my first book.
There you go.
There's
After-
like no one working here, right? At the
No,
bar?
it's kind of like the bar has been abandoned. You're not sure if the tavern owner is dead or alive. And no one's really come back, so at the moment it's kind of just there. After about like another hour and a half or so, Faye walks in.
Hello, Faye. Was your adventure worthwhile?
But not entirely. The dragon is dead, which is rather unfortunate. You know not of this dragon, which is fine, but the others will.
Fair enough. I guess you were trying to get information from the dragon?
No, I was trying to get assistance from the dragon, but that is no longer needed now.
Fair.
Alright, I'm going to go and sleep now because I need to go and gather information tomorrow.
Hey, do you know anything about the souls going up north? Of elven souls? Like what that would do? Or why?
I have no idea what this is that you are referring to.
During the attack of the dolls, we kept seeing the elven souls come out of the bodies and head north.
It's probably some sort of soul siphon or something for... It's only elven souls. Probably because of how long-lived they could be and how much magic they generally have. It's probably something to do with some sort of soul binding or something of that nature. I'd have to look into it.
Gotcha. Figured I asked because you're an elf. I didn't know if it was... Well, everyone thought it was probably some magic thing, but I don't know the different religions.
Well, I mean, it most likely sounds like a magic thing. Divine and arcane magic are fairly different, but they can generally do a lot of the same things.
Okay.
Alright, I will go to sleep now. Bid you good night.
Have a good rest.
Faye goes to bed.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Bob collapses on the
Need
bar
help, Bob?
table.
Do you need help, Bob?
No. Leave me alone.
And QQ, you do anything? You're still just writing your book?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for the rest of the night unless somebody like tries to get my attention.
Okay. QQ, what are you doing?
Well, that person hasn't come by yet, have they?
No.
And it's in the middle of the night?
It's getting towards sun is setting now. It's getting dark.
I guess I'll just kind of wait and see if there's any, chaos happening?
Okay. An hour or so goes by. The sun has set. You guys are sitting there. Caleb's just sitting there. Doors shut. And all of a sudden you just hear doo on the door. Doo.
Betsy.
So
And then you just hear from
intimidating.
Bessie. Get up. Get up.
Okay, I go see what her deal is.
Get up. Get up. People are walking funny. They're
Uh-oh.
scary.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no.
There's
I grab my shit and go outside.
there's three of them at the door.
What at the door?
There's three of them at the door.
Are there
I'm
dolls
coming.
involved?
You walk up to the door swings in, you open the door, and there's just 3 zombies standing in front of the door.
What the fuck?
As soon as you open the door, just... Oh. Bob hears this and just drunken state just shoots a fireball. Are you actually doing that, Bob?
No.
That makes sense, you're drunk. It's just, what the fuck?
I mean, it makes total sense to be completely honest.
It does make total...
It does. It does.
So are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm casting
Okay.
fireball.
Okay. All of a sudden, you're just like, what the shit? And Bob's like, what? Ugh.
God.
Explosion, the door gets cindered. You roll deck save.
Do I wake up from this?
14.
14. Is that past your DC, Bob?
Yes. Wait, no, it's not. Sorry.
Okay.
DC is 17.
Okay, so...
There you go. You finally hit something with your fireball.
Thank God.
Okay, so what's their decks?
We
Ooh,
got Betsy and Bob. Watch out
Fail.
for their...
fail. Yeah, okay, all the zombies fail. Roll. What's the damage, sir?
It is. What is it again? Let's see.
60.
Oh my God. Hold on a second.
8d6.
No, I'm going 5th level.
Oh,
Well-
God.
Because why not?
10d.
I'm drunk. Let's do
He
it.
just pumps his fifth level. Just, raw!
42.
42?
Yep.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So you take 42 points of damage.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And these guys, it's...
He's no longer allowed to complain about Betsy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Does Betsy take damage?
Bessie's not in the Bessie's trying to hide from this. Those zombies turn to ash.
God damn right they do.
Jesus, they're they're just dead. You even get to have to try. Vogue and Faye, you probably would have woken up to a loud explosion happening.
What? Did I get
Can
one
get
longer
blasted
rest in?
back from that at all, or just like
You're just standing there in the doorway with the
just on fire?
on fire. The doorway is on fire. The front of the bar is on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the? God damn it! The bar is starting. The front of the bar is like on fire right now.
I'm back.
I'm running.
Does precipitation mean I can create like a shower or water or whatever?
Prestidigitation.
Yeah,
It's just an illusion though, so I don't think that
Oh.
would work,
You
right?
could, but it would not. You would not be able to keep up with this, basically.
Oh hell!
Yeah.
I run up to Bob. I was like, "Cast your water magic." I shake him. It's like, "Please."
Water, what? Oh,
That
wall
place
of
is
water? Okay.
There's fire.
Cast wall of water on the bar.
Water just. Make.
Fucking everywhere.
I want you to make a wisdom save with disadvantage. Make a wisdom check with disadvantage, sir.
Okay. Alright, so let me see what my... Where... Oh, there it is. Okay, so 12 was my lowest roll.
You get almost a little bit over half of the wall. There's still some fire going on. In your drunken state, you didn't get all of it.
Okay. Fair.
Ah.
The fire is still starting to spread to other parts that weren't drenched in water.
Is there like a bucket where I could take it to the wall and just start tossing it at the wall of fire?
I mean, you can. You would have to go in the back and try to find enough water to get some.
You mean a bucket? I
Yeah.
can't just take it for the wall of water?
Make an investigation check to try
Just
to find.
cupping her hands.
Yeah,
and
make an
just-
investigation check to see if you can find all this.
I got a natural 20.
You do find a bucket and a barrel of water in the back.
God.
What are you doing?
I told you I went outside.
All right, you went outside. There appears to be zombies every now and then walking the city streets, and then as you get outside, you start to hear screaming and shouting coming off from the distance.
I'm gonna start killing zombies.
Alrighty.
With the dog.
With the dog.
Yeah.
The dog.
Bessie.
Oh, Bessie. I bet she's like, okay, we fight. And then but after a hot minute, you do hear some thudding.
Thudding.
Yeah, like something big coming down the alleyway, or down the street.
Wow. Like what?
You don't know yet at the moment. You just hear it coming. Just doom.
Can I like sneakily take a peek?
All right, hold on. We'll get to this. All right, Vlog and Faye, what are you doing when you are jolted awake by a loud explosion?
Is there a window out of my room?
You look out your window, and you do see what looks like flames coming from the front of the building, and undead
What?
people walking around the street.
I start trying to throw my armor on.
Oh yeah, that takes you 10 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, Faye, what are you doing?
I mean, I get all my stuff together, and then I'm going to leave and go to the guild house.
Leave.
Oh, the Subaltal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so Kyuki, you're trying to throw water on there. Caleb,
Yeah.
you're like fighting zombies here. Then you just see Faye take off and run away.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, all right.
On brand.
I figured if we save this place, we don't have to go elsewhere and pay for, stuff.
All right. So Kyuki, you're starting to splash water. Bob's still kind of drunk, and Caleb, you start to see shambling down the streets a very large. Looks like one of those massive things of just collection of zombie body parts that you saw.
Oh yeah, I need to get out of the way of that.
Yeah, that's coming down the.
Do I hear the rumbling at all?
What happened?
Do I hear, like, the thud, the footsteps at all? Like, is that
You
close?
start to hear that too as it gets closer. Just doom, doom, and Caleb, you come back inside.
Yeah.
All right, and then Caleb and Bessie come inside. Like,
Yeah, don't go out there.
Don't go out? Oh, great.
Am I
There's like an
coherent enough to
avalanche
know
of
what's
corpses
happening?
coming.
probably
You're
not.
drunk as hell.
After about 4 minutes, I'm like 5 minutes from now, I'm like hopping down the stairs trying to put like one leg in my armor. So I'm fuck.
Bark, 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 bark. At this point, you hear, after another 5 minutes, when Vogue comes down the stairs, you just hear it thudding closer and closer to the bar, front of the bar. Ruh-roh. What are you guys doing?
So we're all
hell?
in there.
You're
Yeah,
all
Faye.
you're all inside except for Faye. Faye's taken off.
Of course, Faye took off.
Caleb, did you see what was outside?
Yeah, I said there was an avalanche of corpses.
Avalanche? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they look like the elves?
They looked
That
like
we're
an
missing?
avalanche of corpses, and I said, "Oh no!" And I came in here.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you want to check it out, you can go outside.
How's
But I
is the
decided
boat
not to
still on
tango
fire
with
at
that
this
solo.
point?
And Kyuki is trying to put the fire out. It's she's a little bit. It's still catching on fire.
I walk up to Bob, and I cast is it lesser restoration?
Yeah, lesser restoration.
Yeah, I cast lesser restoration on Bob.
Bob, you immediately come out of your drunk. You are immediately sober.
Bob,
Bob,
fuck,
help me put out this fire!
Rhymes binding ice, casting immediately.
Okay, the wall goes up in ice and starts to melt away, and the fire is out.
What the fuck happened? I was trying to sleep.
Thunk.
Zombies came through the door?
Thunk, thunk, thunk,
I go
thunk,
look
and
through
just
the door.
loud and just like a cacophony of loud zombie moaning coming from outside.
And I like look through a crack in the window or the door.
I don't think there's a door anymore. I don't think there's a wall.
The door is on. The door was put out, so the door is kind of just singed at this point. It wasn't destroyed. It was just like blasted with flames.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to look through a crack in the door or whatever and just see what the fuck's outside.
Okay. You look outside and you just see this massively large, monstrous-looking undead collection of undead bodies shambling or kind of like trying to walk towards you.
It's coming straight towards the bar.
Yes.
Why us? Why the bar? What did we do?
We pissed off Athar. Is what we did. All right. Well,
And who the hell is this person?
the one who took you, and trapped you.
Oh, I guess I really need to kill
We
him.
should.
All right.
I thought
Are
I
we
fought
ready
her
to,
last time.
I think, yeah. So, what are you guys doing?
Are we even at the point of fighting? Like, do we even have enough strength and whatnot?
I mean, my health got halved by a fireball.
I'm at full health right
I don't
now.
know what you're talking about.
Can I,
Is there another way out of this bar?
There possibly is a back door. I don't know if you guys have looked for it yet.
Well, she went out. the
No,
back and
I
got the
found
fireball.
the back door.
You did find the back door, yeah.
I did, yes.
are we going to try to do anything about this, or are we going to let it destroy the town?
Well, do you want to,
I mean,
flank
I'm okay
it
with
and surprise
destroying
it?
the town.
And then you start to hear thudding on the front door and entrance as a couple of zombies are starting to bang on the door.
We might not have a choice.
Okay. I'll prepare at the front door.
Okay.
Other people want to go around the back.
I mean, up to you guys. What are y'all doing?
Back door.
Back door. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
try
fine.
to sneak around and see if I can attack from behind, or at least try to do something.
Okay. Who's
No,
sneaking?
I'm going to cast Summon Celestial as soon as they start to break through the door.
Okay. Alrighty then. So, okay, who's sneaking around? You got Kyuki, Bob, Caleb, and Bessie? Or are you planted up in the bar?
I'm staying with Vog for the time being, but like Bessie's closer and I'm a little back.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I do have a map up now. And you said you're popping up what there, Vog?
I'm going to cast Summon Celestial, and it's going to be the Avenger.
Ooh. Spirit Man. It is.
I
Alright.
have the old map still. I don't know why it's not
Oh.
updated.
Or
There you
actually,
go.
it's going to be the Defender.
There.
There it is.
There
The
you go.
Defender.
The Defender. Okay, we need better.
Defender. Armor class of 11 plus the spell plus 2. So,
Okay.
AC 19.
We'll keep it as Spirit Man.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright. So everybody needs to roll initiative.
8.
16.
Okay, so Caleb.
15.
Vog, what'd you get for
Me was a 12.
12? Okay.
And I'm gonna summon it like right behind the big. It's a 90-foot range. I want to summon it.
Okay.
Right behind.
So Dex is -2.
And that costs the rest of my gold. Good cost. Cool. I am now broke.
Vog's broke. So it goes to Bob.
But I have a Celestial on my team.
Does it go on your turn?
I was trying to find that. I couldn't really find where it said.
We'll say it goes on your team,
Okay.
on your initiative. This guy's got that much HP.
Yeah, it shows your initiative count. Gotcha. Takes its turn immediately after.
So we'll say this guy is. All right. Bob, you go first. What are you doing?
It's my turn first.
Yep. Where are you putting, you said it behind the big guy?
Yeah, I'm logging on to Roll20 right now.
Okay. All right, so Bob, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to cast Firebolt. Hold on one second. How far away is he from me? Can't see the map in the moment.
Oh, him? The moment the big guy is 25 feet away from you, and the little guys are about 15 to 20.
Okay, perfect. Right, so then I will go use my 5th level. You know what? We're actually going to cast Mel's-Minute Meteors, and then I'm going to target one of the small guys first.
Okay.
And I'm going to
There
target-
are 2 normal-looking zombies, and then 1 heftier-looking one. Looks a little bit tougher than the other 2.
So out of those 3 small ones, you're saying?
Yeah, so there's out of the 3 smaller ones. So there's 2 like normal-looking ones, and then 1 looks like a little bit tougher. And you
Which
have
one out
the
of these 3?
so this one right here looks like a small one. This one looks like a small one, and then this one right here in the middle looks like the heftier one.
Okay, so I'll cast Mel's-Minute Meteors, and then my first 2 will go at him.
Okay. No, wrong.
It's 4th level.
4th level. What does this see? The monster exposed makes territory seem third. Okay, so roll the damage. I'll roll dex saves for them. So he is. That's gonna be a fail. The other guy is a -2, so 17. Actually, one of them passes and one of them fails.
Not a lot of damage, but it's some damage.
All right. So how much damage we got talking?
It is. Oh, not bad. 9.
9 points of damage.
Oh, 8. Sorry, 8.
8 damage. Okay. Okay, so they're poisoned. So 8 damage. So he takes 4. 18, 18. Alrighty. Anything else, Bob?
Let me see. No. Actually, 25. I'm gonna move.
So you can move, and the Mil's Minute counts as a bonus action. So you could, if you want to move and cast Firebolt, you can, because it's a cantrip.
Oh, but I thought it was after the first time I casted it.
Because when you cast as a, because it's a, oh wait, never mind. Oh, never mind. It is your bonus action. Never mind. You're right.
Right. So after the first time
Yeah.
I cast it, that's
Yeah.
considered a bonus action. Okay.
Correct. So
But I
you have
can
movement.
still move.
You can still move. Yes.
Okay. Obviously, I can't move on top of the buildings, right?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So I am going to go right there.
Right there.
Kind of get line of sight of everyone.
Okay. Cool. Kyuki, your
So-
turn.
So we can't climb on top of the buildings?
It'll be your action to do so, and it's an acrobatics check.
Okay, yeah, I do want to climb on top of the building.
Okay, so make an acrobatics check.
$29?
29. Are you trying to get on the one you're on and the bar?
If there's a safe place, as long as I'm within 30 feet of them.
Okay, we'll say you're right there on top of the building.
Okay.
Okay, and do you have any bonus actions you want to do?
I don't have any bonus actions.
Okay. Vog, your turn. What are you doing?
Preparing myself.
All right.
These guys are
I'm
about to
going
start walking through the door.
They're like at the door.
Yeah, there's 3 of them at the door, and there's a big guy out there in the middle of the street.
Right. I'm going to. How many are there right here?
There's 3.
Fuck it. I'm going to cast Destroy Undead.
Ooh.
So you can see our level 1 and lower guys within 30 feet of me.
Okay. So the 2 small guys just immediately die.
Yeah, and that is my action to do that. Does that count as a spell, or how does that work?
I don't know. I think it's just a
Like,
cleric
can I-
thing.
So I
think
can
it's your
cast
action.
weapon as a bonus action.
Yeah. Hold on, let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast spiritual weapon then,
Okay.
and have it appear right in front of the big guy. I got double spirit man going on now.
Double Spirit Man.
Yeah, it counts as your channel divinity. So I'll say.
Okay.
Where are you putting the second guy?
Into flanking with my first spirit man,
Oh, right. There you go.
and then I'm gonna have him swing away.
Swing away. Roll to hit.
Does a 27 hit?
The big guy, that definitely hits.
1d8 plus 5. And 9 radiant damage.
Ooh. Let's see. Okay, so 9 damage.
And then that'll be the end of my turn. So it'll be Spirit Man's turn.
All right, Spirit Man. What's the other Spirit Man doing?
He's gonna multi-attack with his Radiant Mace.
All right, roll to hit.
My spell attack modifier. That's first one's gonna be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Second one is not as good. It's only gonna be an 11 to hit.
Does the thing count as a creature? Your
It says celestial. It doesn't say.
We'll say it does count as a creature. So make a con save for it real quick.
It's a celestial spirit, large celestial.
Yeah. All right. So make con save.
Con 9.
9. Ooh. It takes 10 points of poison damage, and then
Okay.
it's okay. So it's attacking. What's the damage for the first attack? Because the first attack hit.
The first attack hit, so that's a D10. So that's going to be 4 plus 3 plus 5. So 4 plus 3, 7 plus 5. So 12 points of radiant damage.
Okay, so it would be
And then I'm going to give within 10 feet, I'm going to give myself 10 points, 1d10 of temporary hit points.
Oh, from it? It would be 25 feet away from you.
Says that the celestial can choose itself or another creature it can see within 10 feet of the target.
Alright,
The
so
chosen creature gains 1d10 temporary health.
so would it choose itself then?
Yeah.
Okay, so it chooses itself. Alright, so easy enough.
3. And then, yeah, that is my turn with that.
Alright, so next is the guy at the door. Actually... Okay, Vogue make a Constitution saving throw.
Vogue make a copy.
Bessie as well.
What?
Yep.
I'm rolling terribly for con
Is
saves.
he
I
got
love it.
19?
Okay, Bessie succeeds. What'd you get,
I,
Vogue?
I guarantee I fail.
What'd you get?
A 2 plus 4.
2 plus 4. Oh, where's his things? Okay, so Bessie is immune to this, but Vogue, you are now poisoned.
Oh no.
And you
I have
cannot...
advantage against poison.
Alright, roll...
Roll again, or
Yeah, go ahead, roll again.
okay, that's a 14 this time.
With the -3, or the 2?
Oh, -2. No, that would be so 12.
12? Okay, so you do succeed.
Okay.
Alright. So,
4.
this guy... So this guy's gonna walk up. You can make a attack of opportunity with your spirit weapon.
Spirit weapon. Do I have a -2 on spirit weapon?
You do, yes. I would say spirit weapon's your thing.
Okay. So then that would be a 11.
It hits. Roll damage.
The spiritual weapon would be a D8. 12 points of radiant damage.
12 damage. That's not bad. Okay, so it's going to attack Vogue once. That misses Vogue, and it's going to attack Bessie. And 9, 14. I think that misses Bessie. Yep. Misses both Vogue and Bessie. Alright. That's that guy's turn. Caleb, your turn.
Okay, so what do I see inside?
You see this big, huge, ugly-looking zombie walk in, try to smack Bessie.
That's it. Okay, I got you. Alright, I'm gonna try and hit it. Let's see. 28.
That hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Okay, so 11 damage for the first one.
Alright.
And the second one is a crit for me because it's a 19.
Ooh.
But in total, it's a.
Well, it doesn't matter if you crit, you crit.
Okay.
You critted. So it's 16.
8 plus 6. So, you just double it?
Yeah, so 16.
So you don't roll twice?
No, unless you want to roll twice.
I mean, I forget because
Yeah.
I used to do it that way.
So 16 plus whatever.
5.
Okay. That hurt.
And nothing's next to me right now, right?
No.
Okay. And then I have to roll attacks for Bessie.
Bessie gonna rage. By going about, Bessie must save if she's gonna do that. Bessie must save.
Oh, okay.
Bessie's very angry.
Bessie very angry.
Bessie very angry. So Bessie's gonna attack that because it's try to attack her.
Who?
Bessie's gonna attack the thing that tried to attack her.
Oh.
Just roll to hit. Bessie gets 2 attacks now, I think.
Oh, she do?
I think she does.
Okay, good. 'cause
Level
the first
5
one was-
barbarian? What?
Yeah, Bessie gets 2 attacks. So what she get?
2 sevens
2 7s plus. Yeah, she hits both times. So it's a D10.
for her. And then the d6 still, right?
And then D6 for the first attack.
Okay, so.
So it's 9. So 9, 11, 11, 11, 13, 13, 17 points. Okay. Alright, what's the second one?
And the d6 is just for the first one, right?
Yeah.
8.
8, so 10, 14, 14. Bessie cleaves that one in half.
Very nice.
Fuck yeah, she does.
And then angrily turns to Vogue.
Oh no.
No, come on, not again.
Not again.
That's all she
Jesus.
can do anyway.
You see what I said, guys?
You blew
You're
someone
one to
up.
talk.
45 damage.
You just
Really?
hit Caleb at half his health.
Yeah.
Fuck Caleb.
And now you don't have a 5th slot spell.
Actually.
What do you mean, actually?
I forgot.
You forgot what? Now it's our problem because
So
you
it
forgot?
was.
Are you about to ask me what I rolled? Because I do not remember. That's why I tell you.
Okay.
My short-term memory is like goldfish level.
So you, I think.
I feel that on a spiritual level.
Yeah, like don't. I can remember some shit that happened like last year, but don't ask me what I rolled. I don't remember.
Okay, well, never mind. It's dead. It doesn't succeed its save anyway.
Okay.
Because zombie things. So it is dead. Okay, it is. Bessie cuts it in half. All right, now it's the big guy's turn.
The big guy.
The biggin.
The biggest of guys. Bob, make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
Bob or Vogue?
Bob.
Bob.
Okay, not good, but we'll try.
Believe in you.
Oh, that was the wrong dice. Oh, should have stuck with the other one.
What'd you get?
Where's my string? +1. Okay, I got 9.
9? Okay. So, 3, 9. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And...
How many points?
13. And as a bunch of dead zombie bodies are flung on top of you, are now have a ton of dead bodies just on top of you.
What?
Yeah, it like threw zombie bodies at you, and you're just now covered in zombie bodies, just
Jesus
hauling you
Christ.
down.
Hmm.
It's just a bunch of dead
God.
flesh and zombies parts and everything.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yep.
Guess someone's taking a bath after this.
Yep.
Hmm.
All
Is it
right.
my turn yet?
It is now Bob's turn.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna cast a wall of fire.
Oh, you are probably gonna hit yourself with it
Mm,
if you're trying to hit
I
those
don't
things.
resist
Wait, hold on.
He can
I'm
set
not
which
looking
side the
at those.
fire actually does damage from.
Oh wait, you guys are around him.
So if you're trying to cast Wall of Fire on the big guy, you won't be able to see it. You are completely covered in dead flesh right now. Like, think of it as like a mound of dead flesh on top of you, and you are completely underneath. They can't see anything beyond the dead flesh. It's like dark and smelly.
Okay, I will see what I can do. I'm gonna use firebolt to get to blow a hole through all this dead flesh.
Okay, roll to hit. I think you have disadvantage because they're up close.
I got a 16.
I think you have. Roll again, because I think you're gonna have disadvantage if you're hitting something right up on you.
Okay. 17.
Okay,
So
either way
16.
you. All right, roll that damage.
Come on, damage. Is that a 9? Please be a 9. Nice, 13.
13. All right. There's still a wall of bodies, a mound of flesh still on you, but it looks like it's getting blasted away a little bit.
Cool. I guess that's my turn.
All right, Kyuki, what are you doing?
Oh, wait.
Are you?
I casted Melt Menace Meteors. I'm going to fire those at it as well.
Okay, you'll probably hit yourself with it if you're doing that because you're
That's
basically
fine.
shooting. Yeah, okay. Roll to hit because they're just gonna fail this thing. And then you have to roll a dex save for yourself.
Okay. No. It's a 12 plus. Oh, wait. Am I at disadvantage?
No, you would have to. They just fail, but you have to roll your own dex save, but you would have to be disadvantaged because you're stuck.
Okay. So 14.
So 14. Okay. And then what'd you get for yourself?
5.
5. So you take 14 points. Well, it's fire damage, so you take 7 points of damage.
Oh yeah, because I'm resistant to that.
Yeah. So Bob, you just get collapsed with all this, and you're like, let me get out, and you just start shooting all this stuff at it, and then all of a sudden the whole wall of flesh just gets blown away, and you're just like freed, and you just breathe out fresh air as you come out of this just mound of undead flesh covered in blood, guts, and nastiness. You're just like, ugh. But you are now free.
Perfect.
All right, Kyuki, your turn.
Alrighty then.
You
Guy.
you watched all that happen too.
The guy is about 30 feet away from me, right?
Yeah,
20?
he's
Okay.
25.
So I'm gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on the guy,
Alrighty.
and it's a 5-foot square Oh, it says unoccupied. Oh, hold on. Let me read this again. Reaches for the one creature you can see within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, so basically you can put it right next to it. So like right here. And then grab it.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Alright, it's a strength saving throw against your DC.
Let him fail. I know he's a big ass zombie, but
That's a
let him fail.
19.
Fuck you.
So
As an action, you can cause the hand to crush the. Oh, he has to be restrained. Yeah.
so it just
Alright.
fails.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing happens. It doesn't. It's just
Damn it.
yeah, either succeed or nothing, fail or nothing.
I tried.
You
I
did try.
tried.
All right, Vlog, your turn.
All right. Ready for all this radiant damage.
Do it.
First thing first, I'm going to attack with spirit weapon.
Spirit weapon. Okay.
That gives me a -2 because I'm hurt. That is an 11 hit.
Nope.
Okay, spiritual weapon misses.
All right, and then you have disadvantage for the other thing because it is poisoned from the last time, but it also needs to make another con save.
The creature?
Yeah, the other thing you summoned.
Yeah, I was going to cast a guiding bolt real quick as well.
Okay. Do it.
-2 would be just 14 hit. No, sorry. Yeah, 14.
14 hits. So you walk out into the doorway and just shoot a gutting bolt at it. 14 hits. Roll that damage.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, fuck yeah. 22 points radiant damage.
Ooh, very nice.
And then I'll attack it with the angel.
All right, the angel makes a con save.
Much better this time. Con save is +3, so that would be 19.
That succeeds. All right. So it has advantage, but then it has disadvantage from poison, so it's a straight hit.
Okay. And I will do the multi-attack with the mace again.
Okay.
First one's a lot.
A lot.
16 plus,
That hits.
yeah, 9. Second attack is 18 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so the first one is... Oh. So 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 1. 9 points of radiant damage.
So 9 points for the first one.
And then 10 points for the second one.
Ooh, nice. All right. Anything else?
And then I'm going to give myself... Do I get to do this once or twice? It doesn't say. It says... I'm assuming it's per hit. I'm not sure. 1d10 temporary hit points.
You summoned what?
It says summon Celestial for the defender. It says... And the Celestial can choose itself or another creature it can see within 10 feet of the target. The chosen creature gains 1d10 temporary hit point. It doesn't say how often they can use it. So I'm not sure if it's per hit or per turn.
I think it's per hit.
Yeah, so I'll give him 2d10 temporary hit points.
Okay, that works.
Okay. And that will be my turn.
Caleb, your turn. Bessie's looking very angry.
She do. I'm gonna calm her down a little bit.
All right, so you spend your action to calm Bessie down.
Yeah.
All right, that's your action.
Yeah.
Bessie.
Pretty much.
What's Bessie doing?
After I keep her from killing the wrong people, can I encourage her to go kill the right people?
Yes.
Okay.
So then Bessie's gonna walk by Vogue. Where's Bessie going?
I mean, there's only a big one left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, out there towards it.
All right. Bessie goes up to it. Bessie gonna smack it.
Yep.
Roll.
Go, Bessie, go.
6 you hit. I know the 3 didn't.
Well, Bessie has a plus 9. Yeah, Bessie hits with the first one.
Oh, she did?
Yep.
Okay, well, the first one was a 3, the second one was a 16.
So they both hit. So the first attack is
6.
8, 2, 10, 14 points. Okay.
The second one's a 10.
And then 10. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Anything else from Bessie?
No.
Alrighty. After.
Loud
Moo. Okay. That thing's gonna smack both Bessie and the angel. So it's gonna turn and look at the angel thing for a natural 20.
Oh no.
Sorry, what was up?
It's a natural 20 to hit your angel.
Well,
What happened?
how much damage?
27 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And 9 plus 17, that hits Bessie.
That's fine.
For 16 points. Okay. That's its turn. It's going to now be Bob, your turn.
Alrighty then. I am going to cast. Just double check. Oh yeah, well within range. I'm gonna use my new spell
Ooh.
that I haven't used yet.
Spelling.
Ralathim's Psychic Lance.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Spell.
Do it.
Going to unleash this shit.
That's a. Is it to hit or?
Int. Intelligence saving throw.
Oh, please.
I swear to God, if this zombie's intelligent, I'm gonna be pissed.
It rolled a 5 minus 4 for a 1.
Fuck yeah.
Roll that damage, sir.
Rolling. Give it to me, baby. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I swear I'm gonna fix this one day. 30.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, how do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this?
Wait, what?
How do you want to kill
You're
it?
finishing him off.
I want the lance to pierce his head and completely rip it off and then just go into the distance.
Okay, so the lance goes flying through, smacks into the giant thing's head, quote unquote. It's not really much of a head, and then it just takes a glob of flesh and undead writhing arms and legs. It just goes flying off into the distance, and the body collapses to the ground. Bob standing there triumphantly.
God damn right.
Bob!
Finally! Woo!
I felt useless in this fight. I'm sorry.
It'll be fine.
I tried.
So you guys feed the zombies. Kyuki, you up on the roof. Make a perception check.
Okay. I hit performance, not perception.
Same thing.
I got an 18.
18. You do see out throughout the city, it looks like there's other large things like that walking through the city, and it looks like there's fighting going on and screaming and shouting all throughout the city.
Oh god.
It looks like zombies might be attacking everywhere at this point.
I kind of shout that out to the group and see what they want to do.
She's just like, zombies!
Yes.
Zombies everywhere.
I'm having my Celestial fly down to Caleb and do the healing touch for 17 hit points.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
For Bog, it is.
Yeah.
He's at 17.
It's at 17 hit points. Yeah.
And then, after hearing Coyote, I go, are we helping the city or are we getting out of the city? I feel like this mess is partially our fault.
This mess is partially our fault.
I'm up for
Uh,
destruction.
I'm down for destruction too.
Death and
Let's
destruction.
just save people from the undead then.
All right. So the group heads out and starts killing zombies and saving as many people as possible.
Yes.
Okay. Faye,
Yes.
you get to the hideout. It is empty and deserted.
Try to see if I can find where they could have like moved off to or something.
Make an investigation check.
Oh boy.
Yes. Yes, baby girl.
I got a 19.
You look around, there is no real sign of where the group would have gone or whoever is left, but it does look like this place was destroyed in a large fight, and there's a lot of blood everywhere, no bodies, but you don't see any sign of anything.
Alright, I'm gonna go and try to see if I can go to where I followed that one guy over near that merchant place one time.
Okay, so you're gonna go over there. Are you gonna try to be sneaky and try to avoid zombies as they're everywhere?
I mean, to be honest with you, I could probably just run. because I can outrun pretty much anything in the city.
Okay, so you just run over there. What are you doing when you get over
Well,
there?
Yeah, I'll be sneaky. I need to stealthily do this.
Okay. Roll stealth.
I got a 29.
Okay, so you sneak your way over there. You get there. It is heavily guarded in this section of the city. As you get closer in there, you have to sneak past a bunch of guards, but they're fighting zombies, and it looks like the rich in society is trying to make sure that they are protected as well as possibly can be.
Alright, I'm going to go to the largest merchant guild. And,
So where
I'm
you're
gonna-
at, it's going to be more of houses than actual guild halls.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to where, like, probably one of the wealthiest houses is, because I'm just gonna assume that it's gonna be, like, the wealthiest merchant.
Okay, so you look for the wealthiest house. Okay.
And then I'm gonna look to see where a good window is, where I'm gonna look for a window where there's a lot of people, and then I'm gonna try to look for a window next to it that doesn't maybe have a lot of people in it.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh boy. 28.
28. You do find a window. It doesn't seem like there's too many people. It might be a couple people up and about. But you do find a window that looks like it might not have anybody inside the room beyond.
I'm gonna go and try and climb up to that window.
Make an acrobatics check.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, you easily get up there.
And then I'm gonna get inside.
Roll lockpick because the door there is a latch on the window. Keep it locked, but just like a latch.
Let's see. Deck, so it should be. Okay. 21.
21, easily enough. You unlatch it. You climb inside the window. You're in an empty room.
Okay. I'm going to. So is there a door across the way?
Yeah, there's a door in here. It's like a little office area.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can like go over to the door and like look into the hallway to see if there's anybody there.
All right, make another stealth check and then a perception check.
Good. 27 on the stealth,
All right.
and then a 24 on the perception.
Okay, you look in the hallway. It looks like there might be a guard patrolling the hallway, walking up and down.
Okay, when he walks past, I'll go out and I'll go into that room next to me
Okay,
that I saw the people in.
you go in there. In there, it appears to be a man and a woman talking. You just
Going to
okay.
Yeah. I'm going to put my hands up. I'm going to walk forward and introduce myself. Hello. Do not be alarmed. I'm not here to attack you or anything. I'm just here for some information.
You turn and look. How did you get in here?
I have methods. I'm very good at my job.
Okay,
Like
what
I
do you?
said, I'm not here to hurt you. Look, just to make you feel better, I grab my dagger and my rapier, and I throw them down on the ground to the side and show that I'm not armed.
Okay, make a
Yeah.
persuasion check.
Uh, 22.
Okay. It's like, okay. What information do you want?
I'm going to come into this assuming you're a merchant, yes?
Yes.
I know that in this city that there's two underground organizations, the Selbatal and another one that I have not been rightfully introduced to yet. And seeing as how there's a lot of happenstances going wrong with the undead and vampires, I'm needing a very reliable source of information, and I need to get in contact with them. Do you know a way that I can do that?
He stops and he thinks. Well, I would probably check with the Sobotal then.
They're all dead.
He stops and he's like, kind of a look of shock goes over his face, and he goes, well, in that case, I have no information to offer you.
I want to insight check him.
Make an insight check.
21.
21. He's not offering information, but he looks like he's probably scared to probably give information if it doesn't have to do with the Sobotal.
I will tell you this. I am someone who is in good with multiple Selbatals across this continent. I am someone who is looking to recreate a long-forgotten organization here. And I'm doing a pretty good job of it so far. I've already established in 3 cities. I'm trying to make this one the 4th. And I would like help with that. But right now, there's problems going on in the city that need to be dealt with first. Like this vampire problem. And I'm after the person who's doing all of this, so I would recommend that you give me the information that I want. Or else, what's going to happen to you will be none of my concern at that point, and I won't be here to help you. These people have already killed the dragon that lives outside of your city, with no problems.
He stops and he looks, he's just thinking, look, man, I don't know who you are. You are nobody to me, and I'm not.
You're right, and I like to keep it that way, but information is what I need. And I would like it if you would give it to me so that I can help make your city safe and keep you safe.
Roll intimidation check.
Am I there?
No.
Yeah.
Natural 20 for a 26.
Ooh.
I don't
he's-
think he needs it.
He stops and he's just. There is a real battle going on inside this man's head. One hand, he's got you there immediate, and then the other hand, there is something there that he's very afraid of. But he's. Look, all I could say is that the Scarlet Veil has control over the underside. If there's no Subotal, then she owns everything, and I. That's all I can give you. I can't give you any more. I can't risk it.
Just give me a direction and nothing else. Just point. You don't even have to say it.
That's the thing. No one knows how, unless she wants to get in contact with you. It's not how it works. There is no meeting place, no nothing, nowhere to go.
I will find her, and I will prove that wrong.
Well,
Thank you for at least the information you've given me. I recommend that you get better guards because they're not doing their job well enough.
Oh, okay.
And I shall walk over, grab my weapons, put them back, and I shall walk towards them, past them to the window,
Okay.
and open it and say, your guards are not enough. I would recommend that you learn how to defend yourself so that things like this could never happen again to you. I bid you adieu, and then I'll jump out the window.
Okay. Where are you going from there?
From there, I'm going. So he said Crimson Veil?
The Scarlet Veil.
Scarlet Veil, okay. I'm going to go and try and see if I can just locate any Selbatal member that I could have, like, you know, clocked whenever I went in there.
Oh, any? Like in the area you're in?
Yeah, just like to just go around, move around, see if I see anyone moving in the shadows and everything of, like,
Okay.
someone that I may have seen before.
Make investigation check.
I got this. 26.
You wander around sneakily every now and then, trying to sneak by some zombies, some guards, things of that nature. You end up passing by some fighting, but you don't see anybody that you know or have seen before.
Is there anyone that looked sneaky or, you know, shady in a general sense?
Not anyone in this. Not anyone you can see. No.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna take the time to try to like search around, go down to the other side of town, not here, but like the shadier side and like the not quite as shady side. So it's like, you know, the little like middle area as well.
So, where you're at is the rich. So you have all three sections. It's kind of like a circular thing. You have the section you're in. There's the rich section that gets closer to the middle, and then in the direct center is where like the castle is, where you're assuming would be like the royalty of the city is, and all around that area, around that castle on each section is the royal, the rich areas.
Yeah. No, I don't want to look for shady people there. 'Cause
Okay.
That's not generally where they're gonna be.
Okay, so you're just looking anywhere in the city aside from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking, you don't really find anybody out and about doing anything at the moment. Not being shady.
I'm going to try to see if I can find like one of the merchant guilds.
Okay. Make an investigation
if I
check.
can. 17.
17. You do find the Merchants Guild, but it is at the moment empty.
Alright, I'm going to go in.
Okay, you go inside. There is no one there.
Alright, I'm gonna go to like the head guy's office and start just looking around, seeing if he has any information or anything about like meetings or like some kind of code that looks like, you know, something.
Okay.
Point me in the direction.
Make an investigation check.
21.
21. You find stuff that pertains to meetings with the Selbitol, but nothing beyond that.
Alright, I'm gonna look for secret compartments and stuff. I got a 22 on that investigation.
22. Okay. High or low?
Low.
Okay. You do find a secret, looks like a little drawer on the inside of the desk.
No. What's in there?
It is locked.
Alright, I will try and pick the lock.
Alright. Make a lockpicking check.
27.
Ooh. You unlock it.
Nice. Alright, what's in there?
A sending stone.
I will take the sending stone.
Okay.
And I don't believe you need to be attuned for this item.
No.
Alright, I will speak into it and say, if this is the Scarlet Veil, I need to speak with you about this vampire matter that's going on within the city.
Speak with you on this matter, this vampire matter?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright,
Easy
then I
enough.
shall just keep the sending stone.
Alrighty. Do anything else for now?
Nope, I'm just going to wait until I hear back from them.
Okay. Alright, so the rest of you guys are going out fighting zombies, saving people?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Correct.
Easy enough.
If I see like a large group of zombies attacking someone, like the weaker variety, I'm gonna pop my destroy undead again. If there's like a group of people getting overwhelmed.
Okay, you can easily do that. You guys at this point are pretty much easily going through a lot of the zombies with help of the guards. It does appear to be all over the place.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna throw a threadling grenade. I'm just kidding.
I dig it. Okay, so you guys go around. After a couple hours, the zombies pretty much are taken care of, and you guys are at this point getting pretty much exhausted. You've helped people. Some people have died. Some people have turned, and it's a mess throughout the night. And you guys are pretty much get to the point where it's been a couple hours and you're just exhausted at this point.
Cool.
Like, do we think the guards can handle it? Like, so we can get some rest?
At that point, yeah. At this point, yes.
Call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys go
Well,
back
The
and
perfect place, probably.
you guys go back and take a long rest?
Yeah,
Yes.
let the
Yeah.
guards know we're staying. We've kind of not commandeered, but saved the Moongate Inn and have been staying there recently.
Okay.
They
the
need.
All right. The guards take note. You guys go back, fall asleep. And yeah, we can call it there.
We get a long rest.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
All right.
So we get a
Qki,
long rest. I'm a +1 now.
you get another one, so you're at a -1 now.
Okay.
Roll a d6 for me and re-roll on a 4 and a 5.
Oh God, not this
Oh wait, are
again.
we leveling?
No.
No,
Oh, okay.
just long rest.
A 2?
A 2. Okay. Cool.
I'm afraid.
It'll be fine.
Tomorrow's fun.
I'm afraid.
That's for tomorrow's problem. Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine.
I just gained your guys' trust. I don't need to lose it again.
Look,
We've
I
all-
cast Fireball like
Worry.
7 times in the past few days, so.
Worry. I don't trust any of y'all. So, you know. I don't have to worry about, gaining my trust.
You're never there, so I can't really count you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I don't trust any of you.
Fair.
Oh,
You can trust.
real
You
quick.
just know where his lines.
Yes.
Faye, you get a message that says you've already been given the order to take care of the vampires. Bring back alive or bring back the research. If not, well, so be it. And that's it. And then the stone you feel goes inert.
These people just don't ever want to do anything.
Nope.
Alright, well, it just gives me more reason to burn this entire city to the ground.
Burn it to the ground.
Oh no, this entire organization's going to die by the end of this.
Okay.
Killing her.
Okay.
All right, guys. Anything else important? I gotta bounce.
No, I think that's it.
Nah, we're good.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Later,
Later.
guys.